Kia ora rangatira mā, kia ora e hoa mā, kia ora ngā kaiwaiata o te motu. Because you're all musicians, you probably had headphones on, so you're probably not aware that there's been a big debate in the last few months about the New Zealand flag. But whatever side you're on in the argument, excuse me? Whatever side you're on in the argument, you'd have to agree that finding an image that represents us is proving to be very difficult. Well, however that turns out, there is a much easier way of representing us all, a place and a people. If you write the best song that you can write, or compose the best piece of music that you can, it'll represent everything about you. You can't help it. You're saying what the world looks like from where you're standing. And you're having your say through an art form that's somehow both ancient and modern. If you're young, you represent young people. If you're happy or defiant people will want to sing your song and play your piece of music. If you've lost someone, then everybody who's lost someone will rally around your song and it'll help them carry that weight. I'm not necessarily talking about loading your song with local references either. Who you are is in the DNA of the song you write or your piece of music. The myriads of choices that we make when we write. Now, put the guitar on. This seemed like a good idea about a week ago. Okay, here's a bit of Death and the Maiden by the wonderful Graham Downes of the Verlaines. Here we go. Can you hear it? You're just too obscure for me. You don't really get through me. There's no need for you to talk that way. Is there any less pessimistic thing to say? Do you like Paul Verlaine? Is it gonna rain today? Should we have our photo taken? We'll look like Death and the Maiden. Verlaine, 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 Verlaine. Now, he could have gone, in the chorus, he could have gone, should we have our photo taken? We'll look like Death and the Maiden. Verlaine, Verlaine, Verlaine. It sort of doesn't sound like it's from here. It's not bad. I mean, a lot of people would be quite okay about it. But Graham's from the deep south of New Zealand, so that's a place where if you're telling a joke, the punchline's probably going to be the softest bit of the joke, and everybody has to lean in. So that's why he didn't go up at the end of that chorus. How about this one? You opened up your door. I couldn't believe my love. You and your new blue dress, taking away my breath. But the cradle is soft and warm. It couldn't do me no harm. Showing me how to give into temptation, knowing full well the earth will rebel. Temptation. Now, so in the blues and gospel tradition, temptation's a bad thing, or at least you're meant to pretend that it's a bad thing. Right? So if Johnny Cash or Robert Johnson had written that song, they would have put a minor chord under the word temptation. They wouldn't have gone into temptation. They wouldn't have let the sun come out like that. And also, the chorus comes in 3 bars early. So what's that about? The chorus comes in 3 bars early. It's 12 beats. He could have waited. So if you bear those two things in mind, it would have sounded something like, the cradle is soft and warm, couldn't do me no harm, showing me how to give into temptation. Into temptation, into temptation, which is not bad. It's by no means bad, and a lot of songwriters would be quite pleased to have written that. But it's not as startling and it's not as human as what Neil did, which was to let the sun come out unexpectedly on that G major chord, where a lot of other people would have gone dark on it, and also to allow the chorus to sneak in early, like an emotion that we're not quite ready for. So again, he could have gone for all those other approaches, but he didn't, because of all the experiences that have shaped him as a writer and as a person, and the song is better for that and more unique. And that's the precious private struggle of writing music that all of us in this room recognize. All those tiny crises, all those forks in the road. Shall I do it this way or shall I do it that way? And to play our part, they reveal all those subconscious choices that we make. They reveal who we are as writers and who we are as people. And if you add them all together, they represent us in a way that no flag ever could. So this is a special year. This is the 50th year that APRA's been looking after composers and songwriters in this part of the world. I hope your upcoming year is full of music. Whatever genre you're into, however you write, may you draw from this wonderful community that can come together and make a night like this. May you draw all the strength and energy that you need to make the best choices you can in your work. May you write as much as you can, and may you write with your whole heart. Ngō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā rā tātou katoa. Thank you.